I am here. Yeah, I figured a lot of people didn't know that this match was happening. The announcer is talking right now, and I'm curious if they'll probably have commentators during the match. I'm hooking up my earplugs at the moment. One moment. Oops, something happened. Okay, hold on a sec. I gotta get my earplugs going so I can hear the commentators on the Pro Billiard TV channel as well. Getting things turned on here. Here we go. Okay. And okay, cool. Well, there's votes. You can vote over there on who you think's going to win. I'm voting for Appleton. Oh, wow, people are voting for Duel. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the Pro Billiard commentary on while the match is going, because it's just going to confuse me and I want to do my own commentary. So it's up to you whether you want to listen to me or not. Let's see. We only have a few people here anyway. I just thought I would do this on a whim. And how come it hasn't updated yet? Huh. I'm going to refresh this screen. Yeah, okay. It's somebody pipe up and tell me that you can hear me. I think I'm coming through. So like I said, you need to have have a second YouTube window open with the Appleton Duel match on. Right now the commentator is doing the announcer is doing the introductions. And then a second window open with me talking, because I can't, copyright restrictions. I can't duplicate their feed. So you just have to have two windows open. And you can just watch the match and listen to me, because you don't need to watch my mug on your screen. There's no point to that. But somebody pipe up and let me know if you can hear me. Should be able to hear me. Okay. I thought I was really interested in doing this, first of all, because there's hardly any straight pool ever to commentate on. And this is just an exhibition, so don't think this is for the championship of the world. These guys are getting paid. They're both going to try hard. It's a matter of pride. They both want to win. But don't kid yourself. It's an exhibition. That's all it is. But I'm really tickled pink that Predator saw fit to do this. It's really cool. Let's see. I want to get the chat window. Yeah, so I'm going to, let's see. I want to pull this off separate so that I can go over here. I'm just rearranging my screen so I can see the chat window off to the side. Whoops. I think I did the wrong window. Yeah, I did. Okay. There we go. Now I got the chat window open with the match. So I'm watching it. Corey hit that break shot too thin. So the energy went directly through the bottom row into the 14. That's why the 14 went straight across and all the way back. But unfortunately, when you do that, then the two ball caroms at a different angle and he ends up leaving a shot. But, I mean, what are you selling out here? You're selling out 1 point. there's no follow-up shot. I don't think that if the 12 went past the 1, then Darren had a chance. But really, I mean, he should play safe, I would think, because even if he pockets the 1, his next shot's going to be a safety. So you're either going to play safe now or later. I don't see the value in attempting to pocket this ball. Yeah, and that's it. Darren feels exactly the same way. Unfortunately, that's not a good shot. Now, Corey has a shot. He wants to follow forward and get a low angle on the 14 so he can send the cue ball directly into the stack, I think. When there's only 3 balls open, right? So you've got to do something quickly. It looks like he's drawing into the 11. He wants to slide down. Yeah, like that. So that's even better because he opened up a couple of balls. Now he can shoot the 11 and open the stack, but he'll probably shoot the 12 and either draw past the 14 to get a low angle on the 11 or bump the 14. Yeah, Corey's a tactician. So honestly, I see Corey shooting the 11 now because then you can stun forward. You just kind of go forward. You don't try and blast all these wide open. You just go forward. Let whatever balls come open, and you'll have a shot on the 1. Unfortunately, he took his eye off the ball. Boy, I've done that. We've all done that, haven't we? You just get focused on where the cue ball is going, and you forget to check the object ball before you pull the trigger. But now, Darren's got a lot of work. Yeah, that's a problem. There's a delay. So my commentary is going to be behind, huh? That's the problem with doing these live streams. Oh, wow, he hit that fat. He hit that fat. Well, you can tell how soft those corner pockets are now. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be any good because if my commentary is 10 seconds behind the match, I don't know what value, if it's going to be a good value. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should I keep talking or not? Now, the 15 he can use to re-break the rack, but he's going to use the 6 to get an angle on that 15. I don't know if he can. He can't just hit pause for a few seconds on the main feed. Well, okay, but everyone would have to do that. I'll do it. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and then I hit play. So does that work? I don't know. That might work. We'll see. Check the live you're watching. Is the live indicator red or gray? Where is the live indicator? I don't know where the live indicator is, so I don't know what that means. It might have been red and it turned gray because I just paused it. Oh, I see it now. It's gray. Mine's gray. Does that mean oh yeah. So I'm a few seconds behind. Is my voice better lined up now? Darren's got to cut that 5, and so he's going to shoot this just pocket speed and gently run into those 3 balls. He's got the 9 ball as a possible break ball. Now he's got that 13 as a key ball. So he can either shoot the 7 or the 8, but I don't think the 11 goes. I think he has to bump the 11-1. Yeah, the commentators don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to be rude because I don't care. I'm not impressed with a lot of commentary unless it's Mark Wilson or Mike Siegel or John Schmidt. A lot of these guys, they don't know what they're talking about. Click on it to make it. It was real time, and somebody said you said I should slow it down. Oh no, James Brinson had said I should hit pause. But if I bring it up to real time, then my commentary is going to be, I don't know, ahead or behind. Okay, I'm up to real time now. I don't know which way's better. So now my commentary is behind the live. I see what you're saying, Chris, but if I have the live indicator on red, if I'm current, then my commentary is behind. Yeah, see, right now the racker is racking the balls for me. So I'm trying to figure out if this works, my commentary on a live stream, because if the live stream is not, if we're not timed up together, yeah, see, Yolo McSwagan is saying the same thing. Anyone who's watching me needs to pause the live stream for 5 seconds. So, Chris, you need to pause the live stream for 5 seconds, and then my voice will be better in sync with the match. I think that's what has to happen. So I'm hitting pause. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and now I hit play. So it's probably not perfect, but at least now my voice will be more in sync. I won't be behind. So right now, Darren is getting ready, and he just got down on the break shot. So this is force follow, nice and firm. Oh, well, I think he did follow it because it backed up and went forward. So he's going to have to re-break right now with the 10. Yeah, he was surprised by that as well. He just caught that 10 ball perfectly full, and with topspin, the cue ball bounces back and goes forward. So no choice. Unless he shoots his combo, but I would shoot the re-break. Top right on that 10 ball, the 8 ball is going to re-break the rack. So he's shooting a more safe shot. But he's either got to cut the 14 super thin or re-break with the 10, which is what he should have done a moment ago. Now he's got to re-break with the bridge. You can either use right or left English. Left English, you can come around to the center table, but the 4 ball and that green stripe blocks the 4 ball, the purple ball. So I think you got to go right English and try and come back up into the stack like that. That's what he did. So now he's got the 5 in the side, but once he gets that down, now he can start controlling the cue ball real well. Oh, I need to be. Oh, okay, I got it backwards. All right, thank you. Okay, I'm back to live. I understand what you're saying. If I pause it, it makes it worse. This is the first time I've done this, so we're just figuring it out. So now Darren's shooting this ball in the side pocket. So he just shot his best break ball. He's going to have to come up with something else or shoot the 14. I wonder if he was trying to come all the way to the rail for the 1. He didn't get that. So now he's got to shoot the stripe or the 3. I don't know. Oh, no, he's got the 2 ball or the brown. Yeah. He's going to shoot the 2. No, the brown. Yeah, I didn't like that. You got to shoot the 2 there because now what are you going to shoot? If he shot the 2 ball, then he would have kept the cue ball above those, and he might have a shot on that 12 in the side or the 3 in the corner. Okay, so my commentary is still a few seconds behind. So the question remains: is it worth a crap, or is it just not? Does it just not work? He's got to bank the 4. Oh, he's going to play safe. Yeah. If you have nothing better, just leave him long. That's a good shot. Unfortunately, Corey's going to go rail first on the 1 ball and move things out. I think that's the type of shot you see on an exhibition. Darren's a real savvy player. I don't know if he would have done that in a match. I'm expecting to see rail first here. Yeah, rail first. That way you control the cue ball and you don't have to broke it with a draw stroke. All right. James McBrinks and YOLO are both saying it's working, so I'll just keep talking. You guys do what you like. So he doesn't have a good break ball. You could the 14 does work as a break ball if you can lay the cue ball against the rail. This is wow. He went way too far. Well, actually, this is going to turn out good because he's going to shoot the 6 now and bump those 2 balls loose. I don't know if that's what he was trying for, but that's definitely the shot. And just tap him gently. Oh, he missed him. Maybe he wasn't trying to hit him. Maybe the 3 ball is a good break ball. But if the 3 ball is a break ball, Okay, so he can shoot the 14 and play position for the 15, but didn't need to bump them. That's good straight pool. That's a low risk straight pool. That's the way to do it. Yep. Now it's 15. He'll use the 4 ball as a key ball into the corner pocket most likely. So he's probably going to tap this, and he'll have a shot on the 8 or the 12 in the side. Nope, he's drawing it. See, I didn't like that because that 8 could tie up over there. I would have either hit it softer, so you have the 12, so the cue ball doesn't move at all, and you have the 12 in the side, or harder. But actually, what he was doing was manufacturing a break ball with the 8. So he did what he wanted, and now he hit the 8, but it's still a break ball. So he got a little lucky, but now he's got to shoot a stroke shot. He's got to draw back from the 4. So if his cue ball didn't bump the 8 right there, he would have been much closer to the 4 and had a really good pattern. I like what he did there. Rather than drawing back, he rolled forward. Now, and that's a savvy straight pool player, knowing exactly how to roll forward and get just perfect on that key ball. Because this 12 in the side is not a good key ball unless you can get the cue ball perfect, which is what he did. Okay. I picked Aaron Appleton to win this because he's got some good matches under his belt, pro matches, and he's got that 200 ball run on video. He ran out 200 points and out to win the finals in a tournament once, and it's on YouTube. Pretty impressive run. But Corey Duel is one of the most intelligent pool players out there, and believe me, he knows how to play straight pool the right way. I think I featured him on my Rack of the Week more than once, as well as Darren. So the commentator's talking about what to do. The driving factor in this break shot is the fact that he's stretched out way over the table. Because of that, you do not go for a power rebreak. You just cinch the ball and draw the cue ball back a little bit. That's all you do. Well, he power drew it. I don't like power drawing it because when you're stretched out over the table, a lot of times that cue stick doesn't go straight. And I want you, but I'll tell you what, look at what Corey had on his shaft. Did you see that? Is he using it on every shot or just that break shot? He's got a tube on his shaft. Did you notice that? Okay, he's not using it now, but on that break shot, he had a tube over his shaft, and his bridge hand was holding on to the tube, and that helped him to stroke straighter. I'm going to be surprised if somebody doesn't call foul or call for a ruling on that. It should be legal because the Bridgemate tool also uses a tube, and that's legal as far as I know, everywhere that I know of. Now, it might not be a rigid tube. It might be one of those flexible sleeves. But he used it on the break shot only, not now. He's not using it. Oh, he is using it. It's on his shaft. You see it? But he's not using it. It's just down on his shaft in case if he wants it. So it's a glove substitute. It is not a rigid sleeve. You see him grab it right there? I've experimented with this, and I found it kind of awkward to use. But Corey is an inventive guy. Now he's going to brush the 13 to the rail like that, so you have a shot on the 13 next. But he can shoot the 2 in the side, and that's a good choice because you want to clear that. The 2 ball's trapped. It doesn't have a pocket other than one of the sides. So you shoot the 2 and go to the 13, or shoot the 2 and go to the other balls. But you leave the 3 ball is the K2 for the 1, which is the key ball for the 12 ball break shot. Unless if he uses the 7 as the break ball. But I think it's going to be the 10. But this is, if you're going to run this rack and straight pool, you must choose your break ball now. You cannot wait. And not only do you have to choose your break ball, you have to choose your key ball and your K2 right now. And that was a horrible shot. I don't know what the hell he was doing. What was he doing? Why would you draw the cue ball to the bottom rail and up? I don't understand that. He could have rolled forward, bumped the 5, and he would have had a shot on the 7, 9, or 10. And if you don't like that, then you shoot the 13 and play better position on the 10, on the 2, so you have an angle to roll forward from the 2. Darren got a little lucky that the 9-10 lined up in the pocket, but he's golden now. He still has the 3-1 to end the rack to get on the 12. But the 2 ball, you can use the 2 ball to get on the 3. He's going to get short side on the 9-10 right now. That's a good play rather than shooting the combination, because sometimes you can't control the ball on the combination. The ball that doesn't get pocketed. So I'm not sure. Yeah, he's got to get that 13 and then get up for the 2. Yeah, see, the commentators just said, oh, he's going to save the 12. Yeah, no kidding. We knew that 5 shots ago. The question is, what's his K2 and what's his key ball? That he has to know right now. I'm not sure what pattern he's going to shoot. I know you can shoot the 10, shoot the 5 in the left side, and get an angle on the 13 to come over for the 2, but then you have to draw back from the 2 to get on the 1. Now he's got to go 5-2 and get, this is backwards. He's got to shoot I don't know. You kind of want to shoot the 2 ball now. You shoot the 2, come over for the 13, then you cut the 13 and come out of the corner to get on the 5. Wow, this is really weird. There's no way I would have shot that 1 ball. He's got to shoot the 13 right now. So I guess you draw it all the way back for the 2 and then just use your skills to get on the 5. Nope, he's not doing that. He's got the wrong angle on the 5. He's got to play for an angle now to cut the 2 in the corner and bounce out just past center table. But this is the last route that I would have played. He's on the wrong side of the 5. Oh, he's coming over to the 2 in the side. He didn't come far enough. Yeah, he's probably just going to shoot this with right English. I'd be tempted to go around, 3 rails around. I think it's easier to get land right. Yeah, he's just playing for a shallow angle. If you had shot that 2 in the side and gone 3 rails around, then you're hitting this other side rail above the side pocket, and the cue ball's coming off, crossing the zone. Usually in pool, you want to play position into the zone, but for a break ball, you want to cross the zone. Then you keep the angle. See what I'm saying? So he's flat on this ball, and he's got to power the break ball in. If he had gone 3 rails on that 2 ball, he would have a sharp cut on that 12, and he wouldn't have to hit it so hard to open the rack. But it's personal choice. I'm not saying one way's right and one way's wrong. If you go 3 rails on that 2 ball, you have to have good speed control as well, or better speed control, because you can overshoot the target zone as well. But at least you're going to be closer to the break ball. You just wonder if there's enough pressure on either of these guys to put together a big run, because it's an exhibition, and sometimes it's hard to gather yourself and bring your best game. What is this a race to anyway? Is it 150? Yeah, I think it's 150. Yeah. And he's got a shallow angle, and I like shooting with just topspin because the cue ball is going to jump right to the corner ball and then hop to the bottom rail. But he's using low, so he's not going to get as much ball separation. Yeah, and he missed it. Wow. Why would you shoot? Look where the cue ball is. Is that where you want your cue ball after the break shot? You don't shoot low on that. You shoot high. You shoot high. Then the cue ball goes to the bottom rail and it either comes straight up or it comes around, out of the corner towards center table. But you get more ball separation. Now, a lot of players are going to, can he not shoot past that point? He must be cornered. He must be cooked by the side pocket point, and he can't cut that 12, because otherwise he'd be cutting that 12. Looks like he's got a shot on the 3. He's just trying to put this ball down and get a shot on the 6 or the 15. Just ease it in. Stay down, ease it in. Perfect shot. Now, a lot of players are going to be tempted here to shoot the 6 and crash into the balls, but it's too soon. You're just going to make a mess, and you're not going to control the cue ball. So Corey's going to look for something much more creative and much more safe. Chris, shoot high. Corey's going to look for something that has no risk. Well, that was terrible. Can he even cut the 15 or that stripe now, the 12? I don't know why he did that. Wow. They're making me look bad, Corey. I told you're supposed to do something better than that. He's got to bank this ball. I think he was trying to bump the 7, and then he had to either have the 12 or the 2. This is a recovery shot. And, Corey's an excellent banker and bank player and one pocket player, so he's not going to miss this. He's got a 3-ball sequence now, 12-14. I'm sorry, 15-14, 15-8-14. See that? 15-8-14. I don't know why you wouldn't shoot that. They're all straight shots, and then you can nudge the balls or play position for a rebreak shot. Why would you leave yourself 4 feet away when you were just right on top of the balls? I don't get it. And now this doesn't lead to anything other than the 13. Yeah, now what? You got to shoot a combination. Okay. These guys are making me look bad. This is terrible. That was, I don't know what Corey's doing. Yeah, he's got to play safe. There's nothing. He can't shoot anything. I don't know why he didn't shoot that ball up table, then the 8 or the 14. He's playing the 7-ball carom, that's an exhibition shot. If this was a match, a straight for money or a tournament, he would have played safe. That's just silly. That's a beautiful shot, and it's so fun to watch, but that's not. Don't think that's a lesson on how to play, because that's how not to play. Now, and in his next shot, he leaves the cue ball on the rail. That's one of the cardinal rules of straight pool, is keep your cue ball off the rail. I knew this was an exhibition match, and I would be able to talk a lot of smack. So I'm going to keep talking smack. But this is not how you play straight pool. What is he doing now? He doesn't have a shot again. What are you doing, Corey? He's got to shoot the 2 ball off the rail, off the 5 in the corner. Or bank the 11. The 2 ball goes. You just shoot it past the purple, off the rail, into the 5, and it goes in the corner. But if you're in a match, you play safe. Oh, we played it cross-side. Yeah, this is an exhibition, guys. Don't expect a good match here. Not from either one of them. That is not how you play straight pool. What can he do? All he can do is power draw the 11 ball back and hope you get a shot on the 2. If he's really frisky, he can drop back and try and split the 4-5, which is nuts. And he missed. I mean, there's no break ball. There's 7 balls on the table. There is no break ball. And he barely has a shot. This is tough. Oh, it looks like that combination isn't sitting bad. That's the correct shot. What is he doing? Why is he elevating? Okay. He needs a break shot now. That 5, if the 5 didn't go as far, it would have been a break shot. That might have been what he was hoping for. But now he can, Corey, get the cue ball off the rail. That's not where you want the cue ball. He wanted to be able to cut the 13 and bump the 9 into break ball position, but you don't stun the ball forward, you roll it forward to accomplish that. He'll be okay, but it's not ideal. There we go. See, now he wasn't able to control the cue ball as well. But the pattern is easy now. It's 11-10-5, obviously. But again, his cue ball's real close to the rail, which makes that 11 a little tricky. In fact, it's so tricky he's not shooting it. You got to shoot the 11 here. This is the wrong shot. No, yeah, that's now what's your key ball? What you don't even have a good shot. He's going to have to break with the 11, which is fine. Now you got to, yeah. Now he just wants to peek out of the rack. You got to keep a pretty sharp angle on this, and I suspect that Corey is going to hit this break ball real well. He's going to go to the rail and out. That's okay. You want to keep a steep angle on this 11. Yeah. So this 11 ball break shot is a straight high ball. You want the cue ball to come straight across into the rack. The cue ball is going to hit the rack, and the topspin is actually going to kill the speed of the cue ball. But then the cue ball is going to carry him off the side of the rack and come straight up towards center table. I'm going to go get a drink. I just drink water. I used to shoot this break shot with center right and hit it 1,000,000 miles an hour until Gary Bryseth actually showed me how to shoot this break shot, and it's just a high ball, and not super high, just like 1.5 tips high, no left or right English, medium stroke. The cue ball comes straight across, perpendicular to the side rail. Hits the rack, the top spin kills the speed, and the cue ball drifts up to center table. It's a beautiful thing when it works. Let's see if Corey does that, if he hits it hard. If he hits it super hard, then he's just trying to smash the rack, and it's not the shot. Yeah, see? That's the shot. See? See what I'm saying? Now, that's the low risk way to, because you're hitting that side of the rack, you're pushing balls over towards the left corner pocket, and your cue ball goes up table. So you have a shot in the left corner pocket. That's how you stay at the table. Now I'm not sure what he's doing. He might be going into the 7, yeah. Oh, he wanted to hit the 13 more. Then he would have the 14 next. The combination isn't that tough, so he's still got action. And he'll have a shot without doing anything fancy here. No, he's shooting the combination. Corey, you don't need to draw the ball. All he had to do is stun forward, and he had 3 different shots. Oh, my goodness. Why did he draw that ball? All he had to do is stun forward 3 inches, and he would have had 3 different shots. He could have hit it softly. This is a hero shot, and he overcut it, but it might still dribble in. Yeah. Now he's got another tough shot to hopefully get in line. I'm doing a live stream tomorrow night where I'm going to play straight pool, and I'll try and remember to talk about that shot, the 7 ball that Corey just shot. There's a really good way to shoot that without overcutting it the way he did. Now, he missed the heck out of that. Yeah, this is an exhibition match. Nothing to see here, guys. I'm making a note to write that shot down. So if you guys want to learn, let me go over to the chat. Oh, wait, I was at the right chat. Okay. I'm making a note. I'll talk about that shot tomorrow night on my live stream where I play. I'll talk about that on my live stream, and then I'll cut it out and make a short video out of it. It's a quick little lesson on how to cut those balls. No one likes coming in from the bottom, but he has to. But he's got to shoot the 13 to get a sharper angle. You want a big, like a 45-degree cut on this 10 ball. Unless if he draws back into them with power draws right now. Yeah, that's okay. I like that because you have a chance on making a break ball. And you don't have any insurance anyway, so you might as well go for it. So now he can get position on the 2 to bump the 8 into break ball position. See that? That's a little tricky because the cue ball, you got to control that cue ball just right. I think he may not do it, but I think that's the shot. You just stun forward a half inch, then you can cut the 2 and bump the 8 ball over for a break ball. And then you'll have the 10 or the 3 ball in the upper corner. Well, he's going to go ahead and play the 10 now. So maybe he's going to try and bump the 2 ball right now. That would take a ton of left English. I'm not sure what the break ball is. He doesn't have one right now. Nope, he's going the other way. He's going to the 12. Up table. No. Jesus, where is he going? Wow, that I don't know. I think I don't know what he was trying, but that's not where he was trying to go with the cue ball. Samsonite Claims Department's here. It's a good shot. I mean, well, I don't know what he's going to do now. He does not have a break ball. I don't see a good way to. I mean, he could follow forward, hit the 8 ball. That's going to knock the 2 ball below the rack, and maybe you can shoot the 2 ball as the break shot, and you'll get a shot on the 6 if you can contact that 8 full. Well, he's not doing that. Okay, so he's going to cut the 2, go to the bottom rail, and come up and try and bump the 8 up into side of rack break shot. No? Does he not have the angle for that? You know, it's doable, but it's not natural. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, that's what he's doing. There you go. That was the shot. That was the shot. That's hard to control because he was pretty straight on that. He had to stun that with a bunch of right English to get that to happen. Now the shot he just shot, I love too. That was a drag draw with left English. So it slows down the cue ball, and then the spin opens up the angle so that you don't cross the shot line to the 8. And so you stay, not only that, so that you keep a sharp angle and you don't get too flat on that 8 ball. That's a shot that doesn't come up very, very much in rotation. But it comes up in straight pool because you're often a lot closer to the object ball, so you end up with a big angle. You got to be able to slow draw the cue ball and then spin it up to get the right angle. I'll just say this: is there a timer on here? No, there isn't. Okay. Oh. Yeah, as far as I can tell right now, the timer on the match is 48 minutes and 12 seconds right there. So if anyone's trying to sync up my commentary with the match, like if you're watching this days or weeks after the match, you can sync them up that way by pausing the stream to that or moving the playback on the match to 48:12 right when I said 48:12, and that'll sync them up. Yeah, I like draw here. That wasn't even draw. That was a stun. You stun into the head ball, and the cue ball sticks there or it comes back a little bit, and that's perfect. That's a perfect break shot. Show the table, people. So he's got 11 as a break ball. He can try and preserve that. So I like staying low, cutting the 13 to the bottom right after the 1. And then run into the cluster to open them up, knowing that you have that other ball, the 15, as insurance. That's what he did. So he's going to shoot the 13 and draw into the 4-9. You don't have to hit it hard. You don't want to bump your 11 either. Just like that. See? Now you got a shot on the 15 or the 6. Zero risk of not having a shot afterwards. And the balls are open. He hit it harder than I would have. Notice he knocked that stripe up table to the side rail. He could have hit it much softer and accomplished the same thing. But he's in golden now. Now you have to recognize that the 7 ball is a trapped ball. You've got to get the 3 out of there to get the 7, or maybe get the 7-3 some other way. So now you shoot the 10 ball, then you cut the 9 to the right, and you come around the 3 to shoot the 3 in the same pocket as the 9. Or he can go to cut the 10 in the side, go to the head rail and get on the 4, because the 4 is a key ball for the 3. That's what he's doing. So the 3 ball you've got to recognize as a blocker, and the 7 is a trapped ball. So you're getting at those balls right now. So he can either, okay, he might go from the 9 to the 3 as well. If he landed straighter on the 4, it's easy to shoot the 4 and roll forward for the 3. That's why he's kind of debating on which one to shoot. So he can't really roll forward to the 3. That's why he wants to shoot the 9. He needed to get straighter on that 4. So you can shoot the 9 and roll forward, but then you're cutting the 3 ball thin. So it's going to be hard to control the cue ball. Oh, he's going to play the combination. That takes guts to purposely play for the combination. But it's really important to do it here, because the 3 is a blocker and the 7 is a trapped ball. You've got to deal with them. Now here, I'd just play a stop shot, because you've got that other ball in the upper corner pocket. You're straight in. Yeah, well, see, I went to draw that back. See, he got a little lucky. A stop shot, and he's got the 5 in the upper corner. And then you're clearing the 5 out as well, because those balls are surrounding your break shot. They're no good. Now he's got to travel. He's got 3 balls on a rail, and he didn't have to do that. He could have hit that much softer and either shot the 7 next or the 5 in the upper corner. So he shot harder than he needed to and spread the balls out farther than they needed to be. So now he's got to go 5-4, come down for the 7, and then somehow get on the 12 to get on his break ball. So it's not a natural pattern. Now, actually, here I would go 12-7, because it's easy to get a small angle on the 4, either to the lower or upper corner, either one, and then bounce out for the 12, or bounce out for the break shot. Okay. I think this is personal preference. Honestly, the best way to shoot that ball on the bottom rail as a key ball is to get an angle so that you just come straight up table off the bottom rail. And now he wants a shallow angle, so he can do either way. He can come straight up. With the angle he has, he's going to go 2 rails. He's going to follow top left. He's going to go to the side rail and then come back out towards center table. The nice thing about going 2 rails here is it's really hard to cross the shot line, so you're going to have an angle on that break ball. That's more spin than follow, but yeah, that's the idea. So that's pretty good. He's a little flatter than I would like, but that's okay for a slick table tournament play, because he's going to just do that pop draw and try to just pull the cue ball a foot back off the rack again. The commentator just said that this is an ideal break angle, and he's wrong. The break ball's too high and it's too far from the rack to be ideal. So you want to be conservative with the cue ball. Just pop the cue ball into the top of the rack and draw back 12 inches. I'm wrong. That break ball is low. No, this is top left. Yeah, top left. More top than left. Just a pinch of left. You go forward into the bottom rail and the cue ball comes out 2 rails. He's not doing that. but it's there. It's definitely there. So he got one shot into the side pocket, a little bit fortunate. Notice his cue ball is on the left side of the table. If he had gone forward of left, his cue ball would be closer to the center of the table, and he would have a shot into 3 or possibly 4 pockets. Oh, geez, don't get too close to those balls. Now he's got to shoot the 3 while he's elevated. Oh, my goodness. So he's got 2 break balls in the 6 and the 10. The 10 might be in the rack, but it doesn't look like it. But there's no key ball for either. I'll tell you what, from here, I might just go ahead and preserve that 12 ball below the rack as a break shot. You have 3 or 4 balls on the other side of the table to use as key balls to get on that 12 ball below the rack. Because then you can just work on center table and get those open safely. And you don't have to worry about preserving a side of the rack break shot. So that 4 ball is a perfect key ball for the 12 ball below the rack break shot. Right here, I shoot the 14 or the 10, and then I just nudge those balls, knowing I have the 8 and the 2 the other way. And then you can open these balls, then you shoot the 8-2, come out, get a shot on the 1, and then you'll get perfect on the 4. He's not doing that. He's playing for the 6 or the 10. But I would definitely be looking at that 12 below the rack break shot right now. It's too late now. Now he lost his key ball for it, so now he's got to go to the side. Yeah, well, he wanted to hit that 12, I think. Or he wanted to hit the 15, because now he's still got to open up the 15. Yeah, I think he had an easier route going with the 12 break shot below the rack. Now he's committed to that 6, and he still doesn't have a good way to get that 15. You can go to the bottom rail, back up, and hit that 15, but you're not. Well, you got to hit it hard to guarantee a shot. Wow. See, that 13 in the side is a good bailout. You can run into those balls hard to get the cue ball free, knowing that you have a shot on that 13 in the side. But I would prefer to do it in a more intelligent way. Yeah, see, he had to hit it hard to make sure he got the cue ball free. Now he can finally work on an end pattern. So what you got to recognize here is the 1 ball connects to the 15, which connects to the 9. See that? That's your end pattern. 1, 15, 9. Stop, stop, stop. See it? Let's see if Darren sees it. Came a little far on that shot. I like shooting the 8 ball. You just roll it in, shoot the 2 ball long down in the corner. Well, he can do this as well. Now when he shoots the 1 ball, he's got to roll forward to get on the 9 rather than using the 15 as a key ball for the 9. It's still totally doable. Now, again, you just shoot this 8, lay the cue ball on the rail. Then when you cut the 2, your cue ball is coming away from the rail, and you can roll forward on the 2 to get an angle on the 1. Then when you cut the 1, you're bouncing off the rail and coming across toward your position zone for the 9. So this is terrible. He's got too much angle on the 2. All he had to do is roll forward and lay the cue ball on the rail. If Darren or Corey watch this later, I'm available for tutoring. I don't shoot as good as you guys, but I know patterns. This is the worst pattern in the world. Trying to get correct on the 9 ball in the corner to get on the 6. I mean, he'll get there, but it could have been so much easier. And because I'm not paid by Predator or anyone else, I get to call people stupid online. And I don't mean it, but here's why it's terrible. Look, he's got totally the wrong angle. He could have had the last 3 shots could have all been almost stop shots. Simple stop shots that an APA-4 could make. Instead, he's got to stun the cue ball to the rail and spin draw it back out and hope he gets a good angle. And he's got a terrible angle because of it. Cue ball should be parallel to the 9. It should be It should be the same distance along the length of the table, but parallel to the 6. He's got a terrible angle. So now he's going to do his stun draw again. With this shallow of an angle, you can't go forward because you can double kiss the corner ball and scratch. Am I still coming through? Is anybody getting anything from what I'm saying? I should look at the camera. I think my camera's a little bit off angle, or maybe I need to move. Where do I move? Oh, I move over this way a little bit because I'm leaning forward when I look at when I'm watching the match. Somebody tell me I'm doing a terrible job or a good job. Assuming anyone's even listening. Oh, see, that's why you don't power draw. He needed to just do that soft stun draw again. Well, now we get to watch Corey play it, and I predict he'll put together a longer run. Yeah, there's no way you power draw off of that one. You had too shallow of an angle. You just soft draw to the center table, just like he did 14 shots ago. Corey's got to shoot the 8, I think. I'm doing a job. YOLO. He won't say good or bad. Oh, it's perfectly in sync. All right. That's good to know. Marlboro Man, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I like Corey. He's so creative. He's using that little soft sleeve to as his instead of a glove. I don't know if this is what Corey is using, but I've got one of these. It's called the Perfector, and it's pretty long. It's like 5 or 6 inches long. The one that Corey's using is probably 3 to 4 inches, and I don't know if it's the same thing or if he's just using. He could be simply using the finger off from a glove and just cut the finger off a glove. And cut the tip off the finger, and that's all you got to do. You have the same thing that Corey has. That might be what he's using. Now, yeah, this is a rebreak. Just go into him, medium firm, not too hard. Well, he went real soft. I love that. Beautiful shot. See, now he can shoot the 5, come back around, use the 3 or the 11 to play position on one of the other balls to open them up further, always with insurance. Always. And he may go up table to come back around. That's beautiful. See, now he's got a stop shot on the 3 to use the 7 or the 6 to open them again gently, always ensuring you have a follow-up shot. So he eases this in. Now he's got an angle on the 7 to run into them gently, knowing he will have the 4. And he's probably going to make a break ball right here. Or he could play a stop shot and then use the 6 or the 2 to do it. So now the cue ball caroms into the 2, knocks the 9 into break ball. The cue ball hits the other stripe and opens them just like that. Never danger. Well, he didn't get a break ball, so he hit it. It didn't quite go the way he wanted. But this is the correct way to play. You're never smashing into balls hoping it works out. He always knows he has a follow-up shot. He knew for a fact he was going to have that 4 ball if he didn't have anything better. And he can do the same thing now. He's going to shoot the 2, bump the 10 out of the way. The cue ball is going to knock the 1 ball over for a break ball, and both the 14 and the 11 go in the upper side. He's not doing it. Maybe he prefers, he'll shoot a stop shot here. Yeah. Now he has a better angle. Well, but now he doesn't have the 14 in the side, so I would have left that 11. The 11 was your insurance on this shot. See, now he's got to draw the cue ball out of there. See, the way I did it, he did not have to draw the cue ball out of there, and now he doesn't have a break ball. The way I did it, he should have shot the 2, not the 11. He would have made a break ball, and he would have had 2 shots to the upper side pocket to follow up. And the one ball would have been right there on the side of the rack for a break shot. Now he's got to go, he's got to go up to that 9 in the side. And he went too far, so now everything just went out the window. This is terrible. Never put your cue ball on the rail. Never put your cue ball on the rail. Now he's just trying to make the ball. He doesn't, he'll figure something else out. You just got to try and make it. Yeah. Now he can shoot the 1, draw back, and get an angle on the 10 to go into the top of the rack. And don't get too thin on this. Draw back probably at least 1 ball diameter farther than the cue ball is now. Yeah, see, that's too shallow. See? You've got to draw it back farther than that. Now he's got too shallow of an angle. You want a nice big angle on that ball in the side pocket. Then you don't have to hit it as hard. And the cue ball is going to automatically go right into the top of the rack. Where he's at now, he's got to stun it to get the cue ball into the top of the rack, and he's got to hit it 1,000,000 miles an hour. Even from here, what he has to do is actually use top left and come out of the corner and hit the bottom of the rack. So look at, if he had drawn his cue ball up table so it was across from the side pocket, just 3 or 4 inches higher, he would have had a jam up shot in the side pocket, and the cue ball would have gone right into the top of the rack and opened him wide. Yeah, he's got to follow with left English. No, he's trying to stun into the top. He might get there, but he's so much harder than it had to be. If the cue ball was up higher, he could have splattered the rack and not scratched. Just hit the top, yeah. So the way that he shot this was good because he stunned it into the top of the rack and drew it off. That was very smart. But he could have had something a lot better break shot, in my opinion. So he's either got to cut the 14 now or come back out center table for the 14 from the 8 and shoot a rebreak. Rebreak means you don't know what shot's next. You're hitting them hard. Did he come out far enough? He did not come out far enough. The only shot he has now is to cut the 4 ball with right English, inside English. He's hitting it so thin, the cue ball is going to hit the bottom rail and come right back up into the 2 ball. And you hit it hard. You pop it nice and hard. Right English. Very missable shot. But if it's an exhibition, you just go for it. He's going to shoot it. Watch him put right English on the 4 ball. He doesn't have to. He could use left and come around to try and get on the 4. But no, he's using right English. He's going to go up into the 2 ball hard. Hard. Harder than that, Corey. Yeah, he should have blasted that. He would have hit the 2 ball more full and opened all the balls. The commentator just said what I've been saying. It's an exhibition, so they're going for it. And why not? No, he didn't commit to that. Yeah. See, it's so great that they're doing this as an exhibition. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of people don't know straight pool and they think that, oh, these guys are playing good straight pool. They're not. They're playing exhibition straight pool. I would have used the 14 ball to go into the stack. I would have kept the cue ball on the bottom rail and cut the 14 and run into the stack from below. Because from here, they're going to open up like a flower from below. From the side, the way he's looking at rebreaking them, you're pushing the cue ball into the mass of balls, and it's going to be hard to get them open. And the cue ball has a chance of flying up table on this shot. This is one where if you were able to shoot that first ball, keep the cue ball on the bottom rail, and hit those from the bottom, then they open like a flower. because you're not running into the mass. You're only running into one ball, and then a lot of little caroms happen, and it opens up. So you got to know when to go at them, from the top or from the bottom. It depends on how they lie. He had a pocket. From the bottom, he had a pocket for the cue ball to go into, and you're creating multiple caroms in multiple directions, and they open up. But coming from the side, you didn't have that. You're hitting one ball, see? And you're running into the mass of the balls, and they don't open. See the difference? No, you got to shoot the 15 right now. 15 bumps the 6 over, and then the cue ball goes forward and bumps the 11. And then you've got shots in every direction almost. Now, this is okay too. You can run into the 1. No, he ran into the 6. You can't do the 6 because it blocks your pocket, Darren. What are you thinking? You got to go forward and bump the 1. The 9 ball is the best break shot. Don't bump the 9. Oh, man. These guys aren't, he's not thinking. The 9 ball was a break shot. You shoot the combination, then you use the 14 to open those other balls, and you have the 15 up table. Or you draw back and shoot the 1 or the 11 up table, because the 9 ball was a break shot. 15's in the rack. So I don't. It doesn't matter what he does here, because this is just scrambling, because there's nothing else. So now maybe he'll go to the bottom rail and jam the cue ball up into the bottom of the 1 or the 11 to try and make one of them into a break ball. And then you have to separate the other one as well. Yeah, like that. So that kind of sort of worked. The 11 is an okay break ball, so he's got to roll the 15 in the side, and then he's going to have to spin 2 rails out of the corner or go bottom rail straight up off from the 1 to get on the break shot. Or he could draw to the other side of the 1, but I wouldn't draw from here. Yeah, just stun it like that. So now you just go to the bottom rail and you come straight up, but knowing how they're playing, he's probably going to spin it 2 rails out of the corner. I prefer 1 rail. You put left English, you go to the bottom rail and straight up. The reason why is once your cue ball passes the object ball, you have a shot. You're always online. The way that he's doing it here, he's got a shot and now he doesn't have a shot. See? It can go too far and you have no shot. But if you come straight up table, then you stay, as long as you, as soon as you come past the 11, you have a shot for 3 feet. You're not, the angle isn't getting worse on you. This is a good break shot, though, because all you got to do is top spin. I've seen Thorsten shoot this with top left, top inside, to keep the cue ball from going to the side rail and back across into the side pocket, and to keep it down table. But I like top spin as well. You don't have to hit it too hard, and you're still going to get a good amount of ball separation. Yeah, the arrow rack is no good for straight pool. Same as my flat rack, it's no good for straight pool. It's too wide. Yeah, and if you're at all nervous about pocketing this ball, then don't do any side spin. Just focus on the ball and let anything else just happen as it will. That was, yeah. If Darren's in stroke, he's not going to miss that shot. It's an exhibition. You can't get too down on him. No. He's supposed to Ease that in, use the 10 to come out and get on that 9 to rebreak. Well, straight in on the 11 isn't any good. Need an angle there. His rebreak, but now ball now is the 13. You got to get over on the other side of the rack, low on the 13, and you can open them with the 6 as insurance back the other way. But he didn't get an angle to get over there. Oh, so he's going now. See, I like how he hit that soft. I would have gone very hard into the bottom of those balls, but he played it soft, knowing the cue ball is going to come over there. He's got to look at the 1 ball now. I'm not saying he's going to shoot it, but you got to think about it. As long as you're sure that the cue ball is going to come off the top of the rack and give you a shot, you're wiggling those balls loose. You're not trying to blast them. It's just going to go through smoothly. See that? Just go through smoothly. Open them up a little more. John Schmidt calls it nibble and twirl. That's how you play straight pool. He should look at the 5 right now, but it's okay. See, now the 13 sets you up for the 6. Then you get a low angle on the 6 to go back into him. Or you could be more careful than that. You could. Well, he might draw into him right now. No, he's not. He's going up to. He's saying, you've seen him do this. This is the 3rd time he's done this. 3 rails up table to come back down and get on a ball. Now, he got too much angle on that 13. That's no good. He needed to be flat on the 13 so he could play position for the 6 or the 5 or that orange pinkish ball. But he's got the 7. Maybe he was playing for the 7. Yeah. See, and a lot of people would have shot that 7 and just follow forward into that cluster. Chris and I were talking about this yesterday or this morning. No, yesterday. And Corey is playing the smarter shot. He's not going to just run into those without a certain insurance ball. And then his very next shot, he hooked himself. Why you got to make me look bad, Corey? I just gave you a compliment and you blew it. He's going to try and throw the 3 ball in. He can actually shoot the 3 with left English and a vertical cue stick. That's what he's doing. He's going to throw it in. But he's got to get the Q-tip out of the way so it doesn't foul. And we all remember that shot that on the Predator tournament, and Skylar Woodward got called for a foul with a vertical cue. And Corey knows better. He knows. Trust me, he knows exactly. Efren used to shoot this all the time. He would throw the 3 in and draw the cue ball off the 12. I think that's a legal hit. I think that was a legal hit. Notice it was just a little poke stroke, so his Q-tip got out of the way. But your Q-tip has to be vertical. Your Q-stick has to be vertical, or you can't shoot it without fouling. So this is all very interesting, but he doesn't have a break ball. He's just scrambling. Maybe the 6 is below the rack. I don't know. And 5 goes. Looks like he's going to draw the cue ball, try to make the 15 into a break ball. That's what he tried to do. I think he made it. I think the 15's a break ball. Now you just soft draw the cue ball off the 6. You want to bump the 12 ball to the rail and back out. You're going to play position on the 4 and try and make a break ball out of the 12 ball as well. Like that. So he didn't get a break shot on the 12. But he's got position on the 4. So he had a free roll at getting another break ball there. Now it's stop shot and use the 15 in the side to bring the cue ball back across table. So you want to come high on this. Well, no, he's playing the other way. So he came low. Now he has to draw it across. I like coming high. Then you cut it in and bounce the cue ball off the left side of the rail and come across. I think that's more controllable. But it's, again, that's personal preference. Oh, he hit that terrible. He's got a way too shallow of an angle. It's personal preference. Whatever you're more comfortable with. Boy, I sure would have drawn the cue ball over farther, though. He's really flat on this break shot. Yeah. The announcer says, oh, he's only down by 7 points now. No, forget all that talk. You don't count 7 balls. This isn't a race to 13-9 ball where you're 7 games behind. 7 points is absolutely nothing. You don't think that way as a player at all. Yeah, if they played like this, maybe. Now that's a beautiful way to control that shot. So I said that I wanted more angle on that break shot that Corey just shot because I was going to hit it harder to try to open the balls better. But look how the ball's opened the way he hit it. I'm telling you, Corey is a tactician. He knows what he's doing. So now he can roll forward, shoot the 9, nudge the 3 balls in the rack area open. Corey, come on, do the right shot. You want to leave the 14 because you nudge those balls open, draw the cue ball back off the 11, then you have the 6. See that? And in addition, you can make a break ball with those and possibly nudge the 11 or the 5 up into key ball position for the 2-ball break shot. So I think he missed an opportunity there. See, if you shoot the 9 now you're, well, I guess the 7 is your next shot. If you shoot the 9 right now. I would shoot the 9 now. This is no good. Well, he'll be okay. He's going to shoot the 3, get an angle on the 9 to bump the 11, and have the 7 ball next. So all with control. He's just taking more time getting at it than I did. Well, and he got the wrong angle now. He doesn't have enough angle to do it. So he's thinking about shooting the 5 and drawing back to try and get the correct angle on the 9. So now he's got to shoot. Oh, what's he doing? Yeah, I think he's shooting a 3-ball sequence. He wants the 8-13 to get the correct angle on the 9. But he came out too far. He's got the wrong angle on the 8. He's got to go to the rail and out. Nope. Oh, he's going to run into him now? Oh, that's terrible. That's no good. He wanted to get back to that angle on the 9 because then you can bump the 11 up into key ball position for the 2 and play position for the 7 at the same time. And then the 10 ball's free. That's the correct way to do it. Now he's got to draw back and make a break ball. Wow. I don't know what he's thinking. Well, he's got the 10 in the side, and I think that 11 ball came up for a break shot, but boy. Now, actually, he can roll forward and tap the 11, make it a better break ball, and then he'll have the 9 back the other way. And for once, he's going to shoot my shot. He bumped the 7, but he's okay. Now you can roll forward. You get below the shot line to the 9, and then you cut the 9 and go to the side rail above the 11 for your break ball. That's called a pivot ball key ball. That's 9 is a pivot ball. Just roll forward 3 inches, 4 inches, Corey. I guess he had a stun forward, but that's the angle you want. Now you want to go to the rail, and you don't want to be frozen to the rail, so just tap the rail so your cue ball comes off the rail 1 or 2 inches, and that's all you need. Don't come any farther off the rail than that. Like that. That's even too far. If he was 2 inches closer to the rail, this would be a much better break shot. He's got to manipulate the cue ball to get it into the rack now. But if the cue ball was just 1 ball diameter closer to the rail, it would be much easier to get the cue ball into the rack. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are liking it. It's so easy to criticize other people when you have nothing on the line. I just want to make it public that I recognize that's what I'm doing. So take everything I say with a few grains of salt. I'm just being a little loose with my commentary because it's fun. And this is an exhibition. Look, he's got center ball. Oh, he tried to go soft. Oh, Corey. See, if that ball went in, look what he has. He has a shot in the 12, and even if he doesn't, he could have shot the 6 and gotten an angle on the 12 to re-break the rack. So I love the way Corey's playing. He does not play to blast the rack open. He's controlling the cue ball, and he knows which balls are going to come loose and where they're going to go. That is really intelligent by Corey. So I think Darren's going to play. No. Yeah, why would you do that, Darren? Darren should have drawn back softly to get a real good angle on the 12. Then he could have run into the stack, and he's got a ball hanging in the other. And the 11 is hanging in the corner pocket as insurance. He's just making it harder than it needs to be. Now he's going to shoot his insurance ball. I don't get it. I don't get it. See, now he can play position for the 12 and run into them, but his next shot is less likely, less predictable, let's say. So he can shoot the 2 and force follow into him. That's just aggressive straight pull, just try and smash him open. But he's not doing that. Boy, I don't know. Me. Invite me into the booth. So the announcers are talking about who's good to commentate. You don't necessarily want the player that plays good. You want the player that knows the game well and can explain it. A lot of times that's not the same thing. Yeah, if you go into this, you got to pop it with some speed. Just draw back a little bit. You want to try and preserve a shot on the 7. Not a lot of speed. You don't want to blast them. You don't even want any of these balls to get to a rail, but you still got to pop them a little because you're hitting the mass of the rack like that. That's how you do it. Just get them a little bit open and preserve a shot on the 7. And then you can evaluate. Do you prefer the shot on the 1 or the 5 better than the 7? Then you take that. But the 13 is an excellent break ball. The 10 ball is not a good key ball. He needs to get rid of the 10 sooner rather than later, in my opinion. It looks like he's going to bump the 7 down. It could become a below the rack break shot. Or the 3 ball. Nope. No, I like this. I like getting that. I like getting the 10 out of there. Unfortunately, the 7 kind of interrupts where he wants to get the cue ball. He's got a shooting gallery into the bottom right pocket. Yeah, I kind of think he's going to have to shoot the 15 and come back across and try and get straight in on that 5 or a little angle on the 5. See, if the 7 wasn't there, then you have free range trying to play position on that shooting gallery. Okay, so he's going to use the 7 to get on him. But see, he came too far. That's the problem with doing that. You got to get the other angle so that you can shoot the 7 without running into those. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But it could have been easier. That's my only point. Now he's got 2 balls in the center of the table. So he's got 2 pivot balls. He wants the cue ball on the left side of those balls so he can pivot over to the break shot. Spin it out. Got to have spin. There we go. Good shot. Now you just shoot the 3, preserve an angle on that 5. Or he could slide over, shoot the 5 in the upper. No, he's got the angle to do this, yeah. Now here, I don't think you want to go to the rail. You just try and draw it up and get right where he's pointing. See, he's pointing at a parallel angle. He wants the cue ball the same distance from the side rail as the break ball. Get out of the way, ref. You don't need to do that. He's going to the rail to do it. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's the right way to do it. I don't drink. This is just sparkling water. No, they played 3-cushion billiards in The Hustler, and Fast Eddie Felson hustled 9-ball in the movie. But yes, the primary game was straight pool. But his big score in the movie was 3-cushion billiards. So I'm not sure what to do here. I think it's just top spin with a lot of speed. Just jump, get that cue ball to jump into the bottom of the pack and jump to the bottom rail. Nope, they're trying to play with more control. Maybe they know what they're doing more than I do. I'm going to have to play with that. But if he didn't get a shot on that 8, then he's got to shoot the 6 in the upper corner. I don't know if I like that break shot. Ah, boy. I'm going to be playing that with more speed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll admit I could be wrong on that one. See, and he's got a tough shot reaching this. He's going to have to play for a combination because he can't draw the ball and get it up table for the 11 or the 2. It's all he could do to make this ball. See, I think now you want to leave the 9. You use the 3 to get on the 12, or go from the 3 to the 4, then use the 4 to get on the 12, and you can bump the balls and have the 9 as, well, that's not really great insurance. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, he's getting on the 12. This is not the right angle to go into those balls, though. Your cue ball, you have to hit this so soft, or your cue ball is just going to fly all the way up table. That's fine. Just do it soft, real soft. Your cue ball is going to hit that ball and go up table. You have a shot on the 11, probably, or one of the balls that you bump over. See how that cue ball takes off? That's why it's not a good shot. He hit that soft, and he still went way up table. That's not what the break shot you want to play for. Now he's got to shoot a tester. That's not how you stay at the table. And the cue ball, as long as he hits the inside of that 5, if the cue ball hits the top of the 5, he's going to scratch in the other corner. Just like that. He should have scratched. And he missed the ball. He wasn't settled. If it wasn't an exhibition, he would have taken more time. Well, he's pretty emotional. Did you see that? He just punched his leg. He wanted to make that. He wasn't taking this lightly. Get off the rail. So what Corey just did was super smart. A lot of players would shoot that shot and just try to stun the cue ball up. Corey went forward, and you have much more control over your angle by going forward on that shot. It's a really subtle thing, but that's a smart way to play it. See, now his break ball is surrounded. So that 10 and the 1, just like that previous rack, the 1's a blocker, the 10's trapped. You got to get at those balls and get your break ball freed up. So if he's got a shot on the 10 right now, He'll take it. Otherwise, he can shoot the 14, then the 10, and bump the 1. And he's always going to have a shot on the 2 in the side. But you got to navigate around your 6-ball break shot. I like shooting the 2 right now. It's better. I mean, the 10. That's a good shot. Well, no, he ruined his break ball. He didn't want to do that. I think he could have bumped the 1 knowing he had the 2 in the other corner, in the side. Because then you can go 2-4 or you can go 2-11, 1-4. He didn't need to do that. Now the cue ball's flying around. He had the balls in perfect position. You did not want to bump him that way. He ruined the rack. Yeah, this is the end pattern here is 2-4, 10-6. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, 2-4, 14-6 was the correct, because the 6 is too far from the rack. I like that ball he just shot was a better break ball. But he sees this 4 connecting to the 14. See that? So that's okay. I just don't like the 6 ball as a break balls. I prefer the other one because it was on the rack. This one's too far. So now he's got to. You want to get high, be high on this. Yeah, there you go. You don't want to be low because then your cue ball is going up table and it's harder to get the right angle. If you're high on this key ball, you can go to the side rail and out. You can get the correct angle and stay closer to the break ball. You see that? It's a very subtle thing, but it's super important. Yeah, Darren probably had hopes of running out in his last inning. He did not need to shoot that 12 ball that way. I told you that cue ball was going to go flying up table, Darren, and you didn't listen to me. So I don't like the 6 ball as much as the other break ball that Corey had, but given the angle that Corey got, where he got the cue ball, I like it. This is better than the other break ball. It's just that you had a higher percentage chance of getting the cue ball good on that other break shot, in my opinion. This is a straight high ball. The cue ball is probably going to hook back up and hook around the top of the rack to the left side rail. But knowing Corey, he might hit it a lot softer than that. Yeah, just like that. Now, yeah, this is why. So this is the reason why I like to stroke that harder, so the top spin takes more and keeps the cue ball below the side pockets. That's the one that I told you. Thorsten Hofen, I've seen him use left English on that break shot to keep the cue ball down below the side pockets. Take that scratch out of the picture. See, now he's got to move the 11 on this shot, and what do you shoot next? He's going to be okay. There's only 3 balls in the rack area, and he's got the 8 as a break ball. Or he'll bump something else. So you got to get the cue ball up. You'll have the 2 in the side next. Oh, he went forward. Very good. Now that takes care of that. Those 2 balls. The 4 was blocking things. So he took care of that. That's good. So now you got to look at your end pattern right now. See how the 7 leads to the 2 in the side. You don't have to shoot that. I'm just saying, right now you have to start identifying not what you're going to do, but the potential, what possibilities are there. And that's going to drive your pattern. You've got to pick it. You can't just say, oh, I have a break ball, I'll deal with it when I get there. No, you got to figure out the whole thing. Looks like he's going to shoot the 12. So he's got to draw back to nudge those balls open, and the next shot is questionable. And he may wreck his break ball again. I'm not a big fan of this, but I don't see anything better. Yeah, oh boy. Oh boy. Now, how are you going to open those three balls? You just moved every ball that was near the cluster away from the cluster. That's opposite what you like to do. So the 8's the break ball, but that's the best ball to try and get position on to open the cluster, which is what he has right now. So I don't know. And now he's too flat on the 8 to run into him. See, if you get the right shot, running into that cluster softly is okay because you'll probably nudge the 1 or the 9 over for a break ball. But this is the wrong angle. He's going to go in. No, he's not. He tried to get an angle on the 8 and he drew it way too far. Cue ball's on the rail again. This is no good. You don't need to tell me to tell you that this is no good. That's not what Corey was trying to do. We all know that. But he could have dealt with those balls safely much earlier. Yeah, it's definitely an exhibition. Now, nope, Darren does not have an angle on the 8 and the side to open those balls. This is really rough. This is like a trick shot if you can get out from here. If you can make a break ball and get out from here, it's doing magic. He's trying to see if he can bump those on with the 8 ball or come behind them. Because if you get short side to shoot the 2 or the stripe in the right side pocket, which he didn't do. What the heck is that? Yeah, that's not what he wanted. He may, if he had left English on that, he could have come short side. Then you might have an angle to shoot one of those in the side and run into the 3 balls, or shoot one and then get an angle to shoot the other one in the side and run into the 3 balls. But he didn't get any of that. He's got to play the combination. This is just a road to nowhere. It's just a hope. Hope and a prayer. It's all that was. It's just an exhibition. We'll keep saying that. No, he's too flat on the 2 to go for that. You kind of would like to, because the 10 ball can potentially be a break ball if you get ball in hand by stopping the cue ball in the rack. But I like what he's doing. He's just getting a bigger angle on the 2 ball. Now, you're going to see him run into these softly with control. Probably he wants to hit the 9. Because if you hit the 9, you'll have a shot on the 9 or the 1. Nope, he came across the top. But it still worked out. Now the 1 ball's got to be his break ball somehow. But that's how you open those balls, softly with control. Yeah, he's going to have a high break ball, but that 1 can work. Now walk over there and point at the table where you want your cue ball to stop, Corey. He's not doing it. He's got it in his mind, but this is all speed control. Just roll it up. Notice he's cueing low on the cue ball. Oh, he went up table. He hit it too soft, though. This is what I talked about early in the match. Remember when Darren had that 2 ball in the side pocket in the very first rack? He could just bounce 1 rail out or come 3 around. So Corey chose to go 3 around. And I like that, but you got to take a little more time and get the speed right. So that you're playing speed control to the center of the table. Right? So we all know how to get to center table. He can cut that corner ball and come tight in the diagonal corner opposite it. That brings the cue ball towards center table. So you forget about playing position on the 9. You're just telling yourself, cue ball, 3 rails, come off with enough speed to come out to center table. That's what you tell yourself in your mind to get the speed control right. And obviously, he came up way short on his speed control there. I prefer the shot that Corey just had. I prefer high right English and just go 1 rail and bounce out. And then you're just playing the cue ball again, 1 rail to center table. That's all you're doing. And I think it's much more controllable. Anyway, he took a break. Nobody's got anything to say? Am I doing a good job or bad? Let's see. All Paul says the equipment is pretty poor. Tables have been rolling off with the possibility of tight regime. You may have seen throughout the event players frustrated. I don't know. John Schmidt was there, and he said the tables were set up great and were playing great. But I have heard some people say the opposite, so I don't know. I played in the 10-ball event in the Las Vegas Open last year, and I thought the tables played fantastic. They played great. I do know that the first year that they came out with the Predator table, there was troubles, and they kept taking the tables apart and setting them back up and tweaking them and adjusting them. But I think they worked it out. I think they're playing good. But all Paul says, some players have seen balls roll off. I know for a fact that if that's the case, if you tell Predator, they're going to get a mechanic on it and adjust it. It's no small feat to get a whole bunch of tables set up correctly. All Paul, players would never bite the hand that feeds. Well, yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's true. It's true. You got a point there. But nobody's paying me. I can say anything I want about Predator. And I know that the first year that the Predator tables came out, I said I didn't like them. But I think they're good now. I played on them since then. Thank you, all Paul. I hope they stop missing and one of them gets 150 soon because I'm getting tired. But I got to finish the match out. And I've got a live stream tomorrow. I think it's at 7 o'clock Arizona time, where I'm going to play straight pool, and you can watch and criticize the heck out of me, and I invite you to do so because that's how we all learn. Just do it in a nice way. I'm going to play the Ghost tomorrow night. I'm giving the Ghost 25 points every time I miss. So we're going to play to 100. So I've got to get 100 points within 4 innings. So I think I can do it. But, you know, now there's a guy who wants to win. That's the guy who wants to win. Play safe on that shot. Good shot. Now, you got to realize when you play this shot, the safety that Corey just did, you're not going to get a shot out of it. There's several ways that Darren can return the safety. You're entering a safety battle. And so you're saying to your opponent, I'm better at safeties than you, and I'm going to get to the first shot. And that's a bold statement against any player, especially Darren Appleton. Last match of the day, Gorse versus Oy. A 3-ball went left, right, left, and then sat on the rail. I saw some of that match, but it must have happened early. I didn't see the early part of it. So, you know, what they're both trying to do is get balls in front of a pocket where they can trap the cue ball on the other side and leave their opponent nowhere to leave the cue ball safe. They're not there yet. You're going to see a lot more balls come open until it gets treacherous in trying to hide the cue ball. So right now, Corey's going to hit the brown stripe and knock the purple stripe to the bottom rail, I think, and just stick the cue ball right there. He could also shoot into the 4-ball and knock the 14 to the bottom rail. It's just a soft rolling follow shot, and the cue ball just kind of sticks right on there. They call it just the weight of the ball. Oh, he's not even taking the chance. I don't think there's a lot of value in that because Darren's just going to put you right back where you were. Or someplace worse. Or Darren could just freeze the cue ball to the back of the pack. You're going to be on 2 fouls before Darren. So I don't think, I mean, sometimes it's called for, but I think he had a shot. I think he could have been safe there. So Darren's going to take a foul behind him. Corey's going to take another foul. Darren's going to take his second foul as well. And then Corey's going to be back in the spot where he is now, and he's going to have a tough time getting safe. So Corey realizes that, so he's going to try and get safe right away. So he's going to have right spin to get the cue ball back behind the stack. Right spin, back over to the side rail, down by the side pocket. He doesn't want to leave a shot on the 1. See that? So, good shot. Now, Darren doesn't have an angle to stick to the side of the rack. So he's in a bit of a tough spot. He might have to thin that stripe and come back up, which is treacherous. You can knock a ball loose. Oh, maybe he has a shot on the 1. He's got a shot on the 1, so Corey completely failed. Now, that was a smart shot. Darren did that on purpose. He knew that the cue ball would be on the rail and the 6 ball would be higher. so he can have a re-break shot. This one, you don't want to baby it. High left. The cue ball is going to jump off the pack to the side rail, but it's going to be below the first diamond on the side rail. You got to have left English to get it back up into the pack or up above the pack. Now, he doesn't have a lot of left on it. He might be hitting it softer. Yeah, that's okay. I would have wanted a little bit of left English, but he's all right. See how the cue ball jumps to the side rail? You want to get left spin to get that cue ball up center table. Stop shot and you play the 4-ball next. You just don't do anything fancy and do not try to move the cue ball here. Just pocket the 3. Yeah, just do that. Just take your lumps, shoot the 4-ball, and deal with it from there. So he can go forward on the 4. He'll either have the 8 in the side or the 12 in the bottom left. So he's clear. He wants to clear balls and land on that 15-ball break shot, but he's got to deal with the 210. So you're thinking about how to get the cue ball between the 210 or have a cut shot into the corner pocket where you can come over and bump the 10 to make it easier to pocket, playing position for the 2 at the same time. So forward. Now, he didn't come forward enough for the 12. I mean, he can shoot the 8 and bump the 11 over, and he'll have a shot on the 13 or the 9. But this is tricky. He should have come farther. Oh, he does have a shot on the 12. Then on the 12. So that is the right shot then. Yeah, just come back out for those balls. Or the 8. Yep. Now he wants, well, he can do a couple different things. But I would have liked to get a shot on the 5 or the 14, not the 8. I would have tried to come a little farther and get that window. Because when you get the 5, then you can bump the 11, and then you have a shot to cut the 14 and come over on that 10. So he lost that opportunity. Now, he may shoot the 13 and come over and bump the 10 right now. It's a very reasonable shot. It's laying real good for that. He's not looking at it. If he bumps a ball, that's bad. Yeah, that's the wrong shot. That's the wrong shot, folks. That is not how you play straight pool. He came out all right. He'll be okay, but he had much safer ways to go. He's leaving the 210 to the end. You needed to get on a shot to address that. Now he's going to be scrambling to finish up the rack. Now he's bumping balls again. Now he created a bigger problem above his break ball. This is not how you play straight pool, folks. This isn't it. Darren knows better. He's got to shoot the 13 right now and come one rail up into the 10. That's what he has to do. This is the wrong shot. The wrong shot. He got there because he's got good speed control, but he's leaving the 210 to the end. This is terrible. Really bad. And I can say that because no one cares what my opinion is. So I love having that freedom. Well, if you got the 5-ball passed, if the 5-ball goes, that's all right. But if it doesn't go, see, now he finally has an angle to bump the 10 up a little and get on the position on the 2. Finally. But he could have played he could have found a shot to do this 5 shots earlier. That's completely wrong. Oh, Darren. How do you not run into the 10 ball there? He was trying to land between those balls, which is the wrong shot. You just go full into the 10. That bumps the 10 out in front of the side, so you don't have to play position for it. And then you have position on the 2. Then you use the 10 to come over and get perfect on the 5. Oh, my God. Now he has to bank the 10 and bump the 2 down and somehow get on the 5 for the break ball. Or you should cut the 2 and go back and forth. You got to get your speed. This is, like I said, didn't I say he was going to be scrambling to finish the rack? Because he shot the wrong shot 9 shots ago. Now he needs to draw back not quite as far as he is now. You shoot the 10 in the corner. Yeah, right there. Right where he's pointing his cue stick. That's how far he wants to draw the cue ball. 2 in the side, run into the side of the rack. But total scramble rack. That's not how you play straight pool. He could have had it so much easier. And he drew back too far. He's got the same flat angle that Corey had for that side pocket break shot a few wrecks ago. When you have that shot into the side pocket, you got to go ahead and get a big angle. I know that it's a blind shot. You can't see the side pocket when you're cutting the ball, but that's what your practice sessions are for. You need to set that up and shoot it over like 500 times so that when it comes up in a match, you're not afraid to give yourself a big angle on this break ball. And the same thing is true for side of the rack break shots. You've got to be comfortable with that sharp inside angle. Watch Jason Shaw's 832 out of what was it, 51 racks? Let's see, 832 divided by 14, 58 racks. 58 of Jason Shaw's 59 break shots were sharp inside angles into the side of the rack. For good reason. So he's way too flat on this 2 ball. If you're going to err on the side where you have a bigger angle. You just have to trust your ability to pocket that ball so you don't have to amp up and blast it. Plus, it's much easier to control the cue ball. See, if he had more angle on that 2, he would have gone into the side of the rack, opened him up, cue ball would have gone to the bottom rail, 2 rails out, center table, and he would have had a choice of 4 shots. He can cut this 4 ball. Well, no, it doesn't look like it goes. No, it's hit. The 9 ball just barely blocks that 4. Just got to play safe. But you got to tickle the 6 so you don't knock the 12 or the 1 ball out. So just tickle the 6 side rail up to the head rail. He might go back and forth too. Yeah, back and forth up to the head rail. You got to get it up to the head rail. Corey's going to cut that 5 if you don't. See, that cue ball needed to be over by the first diamond on the top of the table. You don't want to go for center. You want to go all the way over to the right. This is still a tough safe to return. I've seen Corey shoot this and thin the right side of that 5 from where he's standing. Thin the right side, knock the 5 ball over a foot, and the cue ball travels all the way back up table. I'm not saying he's going to shoot that. It just looks good. Oh, he's just going to knock the 1 ball to the rail and freeze the cue ball to the top of the pack. Bing, like that. Total failure. Darren's got a combination. Darren should hit this combination really soft and get a shot on the 13. Stay low on the 13 because the 13 goes past the 10. And then you can open them up. You can open them up softly with insurance back the other way because the 5's going to be hanging there in front of the pocket. Yeah, he didn't want to hit it that delicately. Yeah, he did all right. That's okay. It was too delicate to shoot that combination and try and hold the cue ball low. Now, I predicted that Darren was going to win, and I think he's going to win on this inning. He needs 41 points. Now he needs 39 points. He's got too much angle on the 14, though. Why'd you do that, Darren? Now he's going to be running into a ball again. See? Oh, God, you guys, he just created another problem. You just can't be running into balls like that. Oh, my goodness. Sure is. I don't know what he's doing. I can't tell. I would have rolled forward, shot the 5, and drawn the cue ball into the 15 because you would have gotten a shot off of that. Stop shot and then cut the 5 and run into him. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Now, you can either run into the stack or you can. I like running into the 11. I mean, you don't have to get a shot, but if you can just hit it softly, you should stay right there and have a shot on the 13. No, he went into the stack and scratched in the corner. That's why you don't do that. That's why you don't do that. Or if you're going to do it, you do it softly. Look where the balls would have been if he hit it softly. And the cue ball would have been center table. I'm so disappointed in you, Darren. I called for you to run for 41 and out, and you blew it. And Corey's got a shot on that 15, but boy, he hit that bad. He's going to ease this in for the 6. I don't think he's going to go 3 around this time. He'll just ease it in like that. Now he's on the 6. Now the 4 ball is your break ball, but you're going to leave the 5 as the key ball. The 5 is a pivot ball, right? So you go 7, 6, 7, 3, 8, 13, come out for the 5 pivot. You can use that 5 ball. You can shoot that 5 ball into 6 pockets and get on your break ball. So this is not what I would do. He's going to shoot the 7 in the side for his key ball. That's okay. So it's 5, 3, 13, come up for the 8. Then you have a stop shot on the 8 to get stop shot on the 7 in the side. He could go 5, 8, 13, 3 as well. But he wants to leave either the 3 or the 8 to get a stop shot on one of those so he has a stop shot on the 7 in the side. Now, that doesn't look like a good shot, but when you're a straight pool player, those thin cuts from there into the side, it's bread and butter. So it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. The reason why there's nothing wrong with it is because you're going to play a shot where you absolutely, positively get dead straight and real close to it. If you don't have both of those things, then the 7 in the side is no good. But he's just going to pinch this up an inch or 2. Oh, okay. Now he drew it too far. He wanted to draw that half as far because then he cuts the 3 and the cue ball comes off the bottom rail right at the 7 in the side. But now he hit it bad, so I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah. Now he's got to shoot the 7 in the upper left. Just draw the cue ball to the side rail and out a little bit. But he could have had it much easier. I don't know why he didn't play the 3 ball in the bottom left. I don't know why he did that. And he drew it too far. If he didn't draw the cue ball so far, oh my God, and then he missed the ball. Jesus. How do you miss that shot from there? See, if you would have played my pattern, you got to shoot the 3 or the 8 first. You don't leave both the 3 and the 8 because you can't go from one to the other. You shoot either the 3 or the 8 off. Get on the 13, use the 13 to get the correct angle on the one that you left. Does that make sense? I might make a note of that and try and demonstrate that as well, because that's straight pool principle. You don't leave 2 key balls right next to each other. They don't work. You have to have them separated and shoot them into different pockets. I'm making a note here so I can talk about this. I made a little note, so I'll diagram that. I'll talk about that before my live stream tomorrow night, I'll set those balls up and show you why Corey's pattern was bad and what the correct pattern is and why. I'll do that before I begin my shooting, so I'll do it at the beginning of the live stream. Now, in this break shot, you don't need top spin. Not because you're going to miss the rack. There's no way to miss the rack. But you don't need extra energy on the cue ball. You don't need top spin to control the cue ball, keep it away. You just shoot center ball, and actually you can shoot with right English. That'll help pocket the ball and help keep the cue ball in. Just get that cue ball to run into the corner ball as full as you can and pop it nice and firm, like a 7 or 8 out of 10 on the speed. Now, he's not going to do that because they're playing a little bit more. They're playing proper straight pull. They're playing a little more safe. So if you're going to do that, then you want to hit the bottom of the corner ball. So then you don't want to hit it hard. You hit it not a lot above center, just a little. You can't hit it a high ball because your cue ball hooks. You want to hit closer to center ball so the cue ball takes a straight line along the tangent line because you want to clip the bottom side of the 7 of the corner ball. Then your cue ball goes to the bottom rail and back up into the stack, or it goes back up to the other side rail. And when you do that, then you don't hit it as hard. So I anticipate that's what Darren will do, rather than blasting it the way I first first talked about. Yeah, he's not too high on the cue ball. Well, he hit it real hard anyway. He did not play to go to the left side of the table. So he just played a firm stroke, like I mentioned in the beginning, to get him open. But if you're going to do that, I think you need top spin to get the cue ball to spin and slow down and stay down table, which he didn't do. Ooh, now he's got to shoot a combination. I would shoot the 15 or the 1. Oh, he had a straight shot. Sorry, I thought he was shooting a combination. Never mind. I didn't realize he could shoot that straight in. Now, Darren, you only need 36. Come on. 36, buddy. That's all you need. 2 ball is the break ball. 15 is actually not a bad key ball for the 2-ball break shot. A lot of times I don't like that, but this is fine. You're going to end up with a ball. One of the balls in the rack area will be a pivot ball to pivot over, bounce off the rail, and get an angle on the 15. Then you shoot the 15, bounce out for the 2. So if you're going to do that, that informs how you open these balls, which is softly, which is what he just did. Now the 10 is your pivot ball. So you want to preserve the probably the 7 or the 12 into the side pocket opposite, or the corner pocket opposite the 2. And then the 10 is your pivot ball to get on the 15 key ball. So this is 6. Just brush the 15. So you can shoot the 3 and come up for the 5, 6. Now you got to shoot the 6 and get the 14, because the 14 lets you come back up and get those other balls. Because you remember, you got to use the 7 to get on your 10 to pivot. So for me, this is 6, 14, come back out for 13, 10, 12, 6. I don't know what the hell he's doing now. Well, this is okay. It's okay to shoot the 15. You don't need it because you pivot off the 7 and then you're on your 2-ball break shot. So this is okay. But, I mean, he's not thinking about that 14. He's got to get rid of the 14. Unless that the 14 is his key ball. You can shoot off all the other balls, leave the 14, and then get an angle to bounce to the side rail and go around the break shot. Why did he just shot the break ball? So he's going to shoot the 10 ball as the break ball. The 2 ball is a much better break ball. The 10's too close to the rack. Unless if he bumps it right now. Yeah, these patterns are not good. These patterns are not good. Now, the 2 was a way better break ball than the 10. And now he doesn't have a... Well, I mean, he can use the 14 as a key ball but he's doing a lot more work than he needed to. Now you got to go 12, 7, 14, which is okay. That 2-ball was a better break ball, I'm telling you. 10-ball, you have to do more control of the cue ball to not scratch. The 2-ball, you get an angle on that too, there's no possible scratch. Well, now he's got to play for 2 rails on the 14, which is trickier, but it's okay. So he'll just tap this in and get off the rail and then spin the cue ball 2 rails. Yeah. This is a perfectly fine break shot. I'm saying that my way has a higher percentage. Much higher percentage of getting there. This is ideal. If you're going to get on the 10, this is the angle you want. But it's a high break ball, so he's not going to be able to open the rack well. But he's not looking to. He's just looking to stay in control. Now he only needs 14, so he needs these balls. Oh, I'm sorry, he needs 24. Sorry about that. So he needs this rack and 10 more. I'm out of water. I want to see this break shot, though. I think this is either stun into the top corner ball or a high ball and skip off the top of the rack. I can't. Let's see after the ref gets out of the way. I'll tell you what, when you're playing a match, you hate this more than anything else. You want to get up there and shoot, and the referee's fiddling with the balls, and you're just going crazy over there wanting to stay in stroke and hit the balls. Watch Efren play straight pool. He gets really frustrated with the refs because they do not rock fast enough. This looks like, yeah, he's going to have to do a soft draw off the top of the rack. He's too far to use topspin. Yeah. Don't hit it too hard, Darren. Yeah, he went for the full draw. So he's got the 7 in the corner, but he's lucky to have that. Possibly the 5-ball bank if it's not frozen. Yeah, the 5-ball banks or the 7 in the corner. I think the 7 is a lot more productive, and you're shooting straight at a soft pocket. So if you brush the rail softly, that 7 will still fall, and you're going to have a shot on the 6 or the 8 or the 2. I mean the 6-14 or something. Yeah, that's the right shot. That's the right shot. Now, figure out a break shot, run your remaining 10, and you're good. You're done. So right now you use the 14 to get the right angle on the 2-ball in the side. Then you can bump the 12 over. Then you'll have the 14 to one side or the 5 to the other or the 6. See that? Just come off that rail and get the right angle on that 2. 2 in the side. Stop. And he went too far because he's playing for the 6. But I want to leave the 6 because that's possible insurance after I bump the 12 over. So he's not even seeing what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, why are you pounding the ball when all you had to do was little finesse shots? Now he's got to shoot the 12 and draw the cue ball into the 2 to make a break ball. But he's got the wrong angle. I don't think he quite has enough angle to do it. And the 7, the 8, the 5's blocking part of the pocket. Oh, no, he's good. Why do you hit it so hard? All he had to do was move that 2-ball like 3 inches over, and he would have had a break ball. What the hell are you doing? Now the 1 ball below the rack is a break ball. The 3 is your K2 to get on the 8. And then you just roll forward from the 8, and you shoot the 1 ball below the rack break shot. That means you got to get on the 5 ball real quick. So this is, he's not thinking. He's not thinking. He needed to shoot the ball he just played and get on the 5. Yeah, you got to shoot the 5 here, but don't. Now you don't want to. Well, he can shoot the 8 and then use the 3 ball as the key ball. So you get close to straight on the 3 for your key ball, and then you follow down to the bottom rail, cut the 1, and run into the bottom of the pack. So now you go 8, 8, 15, 11, 13, 4, 9. See, I would have used, all he had to do is roll forward. He's straight on the ball in the upper corner, and then it's a stop shot to get on the 11. He's moving the cue ball too much. Now he's got to move the cue ball again to land on another ball. Gee whiz. Yeah, so, and he's got too much angle on this to comfortably go from the 13 to the 15. You wanted to go 13, 15, 4, use the 9 to get on the 3. But now he's got to go 13, 4, 15, 9. See? Now he's going to use the 4. Well, he doesn't have to. He can go 4, 9, 15 and then just come across and try and land straight in on 3. But he had a much easier route. He could have got there almost without his cue ball touching a rail. Yeah, so now he's going to bounce out for the 9. Use the 9 to get straight on the 3. See, it could have been so much easier. Now I'll go ahead and draw this and get the cue ball below the side pocket. But you don't need to touch the rail, because if you touch the rail, then your cue ball is going to be in the corner pocket when you shoot the 1. You need an angle on this 3, but just a slight one. See? That was smart. You keep the cue ball away from the rail. Now we can just follow straight down and get closer to the first diamond. See, even a little more angle would be better. He wanted the cue ball over, but see, if the cue ball's by the first diamond, you have a sharper angle on the 1. Much better break shot. See? You got to think about that before you shoot the 9. That informs you what angle to get on the 3 to get the correct angle on the 1. So he's got an okay angle, but he could have been much better on this break shot if he had a little more angle on that 3. Even so, he only needs 10, and I'm betting on Darren. Before this match started, I voted for Darren to win. I think I'm gonna get lucky, but we'll see. Don't miss, Darren. Please don't miss. This is the same as the other one he shot, just top left. Hit this firm so the cue ball doesn't skim the 3. You want to hit it firm so it goes into the 11 or the 14 like that and then goes over. But he needed more spin to get out over the top. So this is horrible, but he's got to shoot the 6. If he makes the 6, he wins right on this inning. See, if he had left English, he would have either have hit the 3 ball full and stopped or come around the 3 and had shots to choose from. But because he didn't have enough outside spin on that, he's got a tester. There's no safe here. Well, there is, but you don't want to play safe. This 6 ball, the pockets are soft enough that this 6 is a very reasonable shot. You don't baby it. There you go. Nope, he babied it. He did not. Oh, man. Jeez. Darren, I'm never betting on you again. Darren, I love you, but I'm never betting on you again. I tell you what, if these pros played, even if they played only 4 pro-level straight pool tournaments a year, you would see much better play consistently from these guys. But Matchroom's got them playing all 9 ball all the time, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Corey needs to cut the 15 hard, and don't fool around with it, man. Get them open and go. Oh, Corey. Corey. Now he's going to shoot the 10 and come around. What's the right way to play? You shoot the 10, you get on the 9 in the side, which lets you get on the 15. Then you can go into the rack with more control. See that? See what he's doing? That's the smarter way to play. And he could even play a stop shot or a pull back to be straight on the 15. Then you stop the cue ball on the 15, shoot the 4 to nudge the balls open, because you have a pocket for the cue ball to go into the between the 2 and the 12, and you're going to spread balls in all directions, and the balls are your insurance. But he played for the first shot. Now you got to put a good stroke on this. Don't baby it. Get the cue ball between the 2 and the 11. You don't need to smash this. The 2 and the 11 are going to do the damage. Just stop the cue ball right there, and you have the 4 or the 5. And he's chickening out. He's going to roll the ball. He's going to shoot the 3 and roll it. Come on, Corey, shoot the right shot. The 15's the right shot. Nope, he's leaving that to luck. He doesn't have to land good on this. See what I'm saying? I told you. That was the scared shot. For once, the announcers are agreeing with me. The 15 was the correct shot. And if you didn't want to stun it, you can use topspin, because then the cue ball hits the 11, follows to the bottom rail, and comes out, and you're going to have a shot. Because the 11 hits the 14, hits the 7, and 1 or 2 of those balls goes down to the bottom rail. Yeah, that's just stupid. That was just dumb. All right, come on, Darren, for crying out loud. That ball spots up, guys. Come on, ref. Get on it. So Darren's going to shoot the 15, or the 15, draw back to get an angle on the 5 to go into him, I think. You can't fool around with this. You just got to go for it. There's no insurance. The balls are the insurance. Just get a good angle on that 15, on that 5, rather. Now, I like going into the 2, not the 11. Go into the 2 with topspin. The 2 ball opens them up, and then the cue ball comes free. If you go to the 11, the cue ball can come around, and you could have nothing. You've got to go into the 2 ball here. Like that. Now, at least your cue ball's up there, and you have something. I like a stop shot. You shoot the 7 and bump the 2. That knocks the 12 ball over for a key ball, and you'll have the 8 or the 14 to shoot. Just shoot a stop shot here. Just stick it right there. No. Stick it. Oh, Darren, what are you doing? What is he doing? He's playing for the 8 to nudge the balls. He missed a golden opportunity. All you had to do is stop shot and center ball. The cue ball goes right up into the 2. There's no guarantee on what his next shot is now, and he got the wrong angle anyway. Oh, my God. How do these guys not see these obvious shots? Now he's got to go to the bottom rail and hit the 2, but hope he gets a shot on the 14. You have to split the 2-14. Because that makes a break ball out of the 12. And maybe makes a break ball out of the 14. What the hell are you doing? Okay. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is just... There's no way I would leave a cluster like that to the end. He's got to get an angle on the 12 to bump the 2 down for a below-the-rack break shot, and he didn't get it. So this is wrong. This is just all wrong. All wrong. Can he pocket the 2? If he can pocket the 2 and bump the 12 over, then it's okay. But he shouldn't be struggling like this. It could have been so much easier. He's got to spin this left English. Otherwise, he's going to undercut it. Yeah, there you go. So now the 12 ball is too low for a break shot, and the cue ball's on the rail. Now, the correct shot here is to cut the 12 and play the break shot off the head spot. Well, this, I don't know. Oh, that was the game. Never mind. He only needed that ball. Never mind what I said. All he has to do is play a stop shot and he's got the game. Well, he's got the game now. All right, I'm tired and my throat's dry, and I gotta go finish my my bathroom remodel. I'm gonna post a picture on Facebook tonight when I get it done. Congratulations, Darren. I knew you could do it, but it sure wasn't a 150 and out, was it? What do you guys think? Did I do more of this? Because I could do this with 9-ball matches, even Matchroom 9-ball matches. You just open 2 windows, everybody watches the match on the Matchroom channel, and then you also have my commentary open. Tell me if you want me to do more of this. I will. Because I love being critical of other people. It's so much fun. I'm teasing. I think I have intelligent things to say. I know more about straight pool than I'm capable of doing. They're better players than I am. But I know the game. I know the game. I'm not shy in stating that fact. I wrote a book on straight pool. I have an online course on straight pool. I've learned from top players. No, and I don't need to mention anyone else but John Schmidt. I know the game. Congratulations, Darren. But I bet Corey gets a paycheck too. All right, let me know if you want me to do more. I'm signing off. I got work to do, and I'll see you tomorrow night for my live stream at 7 Arizona time. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. All Paul says, I would watch something similar, but I want to see alternatives actually shot. Well, I made note of 2 shots. I've got them written down here that I was really critical of. And the first thing I'm going to do on my live stream tomorrow is set these up and shoot them. So I'm going to do what you're asking for, All Paul. But it's hard to, I can't do it during the live stream because I'm trying to watch. I can't go play. Maybe I could do it real fast. I could turn off the little selfie camera and go to my table and demonstrate the shot. Yeah, it's something to play with. I'll try it. That's a good suggestion, All Paul. Thanks. We'll try it. This was just an experiment tonight. I had no idea if this would even work or be worth anything worth watching. So give me your comments. Be fair, but I don't care, good or bad. Tell me what you think, and maybe we'll do something similar again another time.